1970 Plymouth Roadrunner HEMI Convertible. The Roadrunner was always a popular muscle car, powerful, wild, and accessible. Most customers came to Plymouth looking for dependable, no-nonsense muscle with the 383 or 440 V8 engines, wrapped in a straightforward, no-frills design, the true spirit of street muscle. But for a select few, that wasn't enough. They wanted the thunderous might of the HEMI engine, the full list of performance options, and the bold flair worthy of a proper muscle machine. The 1970 HEMI Roadrunner Convertible is a perfect example of that dream realized. With the 426 HEMI engine tucked under its convertible hood, this car was a beast hiding in plain sight. But what makes it truly valuable is that only 4 units were produced throughout 1970, one of which was shipped to Canada. 1969 Chevrolet Corvette ZL1. The 1969 Corvette ZL1 is a hidden legend. This experimental machine carried a completely aluminum 427 V8 engine, specially engineered for racing, lighter, stronger, and born to chase speed. What makes the ZL1 truly captivating is the air of secrecy Chevy cast around it. No advertising campaign, no dealer bulletins. In fact, most dealerships didn't even know this beast was available to order. Only a handful of insiders and savvy enthusiasts who understood Chevy's backdoor operations knew about the ZL1, the Phantom Corvette. Interestingly, Chevy only built 3 ZL1s during the entire production year, including one striking orange convertible. 1966 Shelby Cobra Super Snake. What happens when you strap a massive Paxton supercharger onto Ford's legendary 427 V8 and cram all that power into the ultra-lightweight Cobra body? In 1966, Carroll Shelby answered that question himself, and the result was a storm-born beast, the Cobra Super Snake, delivering a mind-bending 800 horsepower. This wasn't a production vehicle. It was a secretive, audacious, one-off project. Only 2 units were ever created. One was built for comedian Bill Cosby, but after a terrifying experience, the next owner drove it off a cliff, leaving just one supercharged Cobra in existence today. That lone survivor was eventually sold for an astonishing $5.5 million. 1970 Dodge Coronet RT HEMI Convertible. The year 1970 marked a turning point for the golden era of classic muscle cars. Never before, or since, had enthusiasts been offered such a smorgasbord of performance options. Amid this frenzy, Dodge led the charge with legends like the Charger and Challenger. Yet one quieter name, Coronet, was overshadowed by its more famous siblings, even though it shared nearly identical options and powertrains. And the story gets more intriguing when you realize that it was entirely possible to order a Coronet RT convertible with a HEMI engine. Strangely enough, only 2 people in the entire United States actually did so. The result? One of the rarest muscle cars on this list. 1967 Dodge Coronet RT HEMI Convertible. The 1967 Dodge Coronet with the RT package is quite a thrilling discovery. The RT badge, short for road track, wasn't just a mark of performance. It was a promise of speed both on the street and the track. What truly makes enthusiasts' hearts race is finding a Coronet RT equipped with the 426 HEMI engine, an icon of raw power and thunderous sound. And if that isn't enough to leave you stunned, consider this. Only 2 Coronet RT convertibles with the HEMI engine ever rolled off the production line in 1967, one with a 4-speed manual transmission, the other with an automatic. 1967 Ford Country Squire Wagon, 428 4-speed. The 1966 Ford Country Squire was a classic station wagon, long-bodied, wood-paneled on the sides, and capable of carrying up to 9 passengers along with mountains of luggage for family road trips. But beneath its docile exterior hid a camouflaged muscle machine, ready to astonish any driver. In 1966 and 1967, Ford quietly offered a 428 V8 engine option for its station wagon lineup. However, it wasn't the famed Cobra jet, but a potent engine borrowed from the Thunderbird, with a rated output of 345 horsepower, a modest number compared to its true performance. What's more striking is the torque, over 460 pound-feet, enough to launch the hefty wagon with surprising vigor, despite its family tank appearance. And here's the jaw-dropper for car enthusiasts. Only one country Squire was ever built with a 4-speed manual transmission, a configuration that flew in the face of everything a station wagon was supposed to be. This one-off wasn't just rare. It was a true sleeper, a visual deception in every sense. 1967 Shelby Super Snake. This unique Shelby GT500 was created as a mobile experiment to showcase the potential of the Mustang platform and to test Goodyear's new high-performance Thunderbolt tires. It carried the heart of a conqueror, a GT40 racing engine, the same one that led Ford to victory at Le Mans. The transmission, suspension, and tires were all specially tuned for this masterpiece. Initially, Shelby planned a limited production run. However, with a suggested price of over $8,000, nearly the ceiling price for the late 1960s, the plan never came to fruition. And so, its rarity was sealed. Only one was ever built. Shelby fans still lament what could have been, knowing full well the extraordinary potential that lay within. A top speed of 170 miles per hour, a nearly impossible figure for a muscle car at the end of the 60s. The Super Snake elevated the Mustang to the throne of muscle car performance. 1970, Chrysler 300 Hurst Convertible. Everyone knows the legendary Chrysler 300 letter cars. These iconic muscle machines, available in both coupe and convertible forms, were produced from 1955 to 1965. However, in 1970, Chrysler created a special edition, the 300 Hurst, a limited-run model developed in collaboration with Hurst, a renowned name in transmission systems. Only around 500 coupes were produced, each cloaked in a distinctive white and gold paint scheme. Even more impressive, the car was equipped with a rear spoiler and, hidden beneath the hood, a massive 440 Magnum V8 engine pumping out 395 horsepower, enough brute force to propel this nearly 2-ton beast forward with authority. But the pinnacle of rarity lies in the version known as the Hurst Convertible 300. Only one single unit was ever built, crafted as a promotional speed toy. Car enthusiasts widely believe this to be the rarest muscle car in the world.